The oldest glass artifacts are glass beads, quite often colored. It is hard to tell if the color is there on purpose or if it just happened. But we know that colored and decorated glassware has been produced since 3000 years. The Portland vase at the British Museum is about 2000 years old. Except for the design are the most ancient decorative techniques to color the glass, to paint the finished object, and to engrave or cut. Cutting and engraving are basically the same and there is no clear distinction, so let's just call it cutting. Then we find three different categories of decorative techniques. Do something in the hot glass material. Apply a decoration on the surface of the finished product. Or use some kind of abrasion to create a pattern in the glass surface itself. The emerging mass production in the mid-1800s saw a number of new, rapid and cheap techniques for glass decoration. The inclusion of air bells or colored lines in wine glass stems are ancient techniques, and these measures are taken while the glass is hot. Needless to say, a hand-painted glass will become very expensive. So silkscreen was introduced during the early 1900s. The text on the Absolute Vodka bottle is screen printed. We have a screen printing machine from the 1950s on display. Today you can also print out a stoving decal from your computer and put it on the glass. If you are satisfied with a grayish and matte decoration, then sandblasting is a very fast method. Sandblasting was introduced in Sweden in the 1880s. You can also use hydrofluoric acid to etch the glass, again producing a matted decoration. We have several patterns intended for this technique on display. Again, the technique dates back to the 1880s. Today one can use a laser to achieve a similar impression, and using the laser you can even make the patterning occur inside the glass itself. If you want a clear pattern, it becomes more complicated. But with a proper mix of acids, you can make the acid etching patterns blank. 4 of the machines on display are for line etching, as this is called. That includes both pantographs and the 2 gouache machines. We know that at least one pantograph was used at Kosta Glasswork in the 1890s.